It's been a while since I made a tutorial, so recently I thought this would be an interesting topic to cover. In this video, I'll introduce you to a Metamorphs feature called Entity Selectors. This feature allows you to change mobs' appearance locally with a morph. To manage entity selectors, all you need to do is to press -key in the world, which, by default, opens the Entity Selectors menu. There, on the left side is the Entity Selector editor, and on the right side is the Morph Picker. Managing entity selectors is pretty easy. By right-clicking on the bottom left area, you can create a new entity selector. Same way an entity selector also can be removed. Entity selectors in the list can also be moved up and down by dragging, which changes the order of entity selectors application. Once you created an entity selector, you can configure which morph will replace targeted mob. Clicking any morph in the right area will pick the morph, which will replace the appearance. Name field will target entities by its name tag. I have here a chicken named Donald, and if I want to change how it appears, all I need to do is to fill Donald into the name field, and it will change this chicken's appearance to the morph I picked earlier. However, naming any mob Donald will also apply this entity selector, so if you want to limit the entity selector to specific mob, you also need to specify the entity type. In this case with a chicken, it's Minecraft:chicken. If you want for some other mob, let's say for with a skeleton, you'll need to figure out that entity's IDs. You can do that by opening Creative Morph menu, finding the entity in the list, click it, and write down the gray text on top of search field into Entity Selectors type field. Finally, there is also matching NBT field. It can be used to fine-tune the target mob. Let's say that you want to target specific horse breed. What you can do to find out how to target that breed is by killing that horse breed, acquire the morph, and check which key in the morph's NBT is responsible for the horse breed. Then, you can input that exact key and its value to the matching NBT, and it should replace only the specific horse breed. Same can be done with baby zombies and other mobs that have variants. So that's basically the whole mechanic in action. What can it be used for? Well, a couple of things. 1. You can use entity selectors to change your and your friend's avatar on a server. Simply input player's username, player as the type, and pick the morph, and voila. 2. You can change custom NPCs models this way. I know that Mappert's NPCs suck balls, but they support morphs. Entity selectors can be used to replace the appearance of NPCs from custom NPCs mod. In the type field, you simply type CustomNPCs:"custom NPC and pick the name of the NPC, and voila, your custom NPC is using a morph. And finally, you can use this with Blockbuster to automate some scenes using Entity AI, which is pretty neat. For example, you can spawn a lot of zombies and change their appearance with entity selectors to make a crowd. Before you go nuts with this feature, there are a couple of limitations. 1. This feature is client-side only, meaning other people won't see the same entity selectors, as they will have their own entity selectors. So, if you want to use it together with your friends, you'll need to share your entity selectors configuration file. Your friends must replace their configuration file with yours, and restart their game. 2. Only mob-based entities support entity selectors. Entities like items, arrows, item frames, boats, minecarts, etc. can't support entity selectors. That's pretty much it. Have fun.